Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Fiona and I make videos about makeup, usually for pale skin. Today, however, is something different. It's going to be a big declutter of everything in my beautiful Victorian vanity. So if you like declutter videos, you like Project 10 Pan, sort of giving away all those sorts of videos, then please keep on watching because this is going to be a good one. So this is the first drawer that I've just pulled out from the top left-hand side behind me. Now this drawer is supposed to be face products, but it's kind of got a mishmash of all sorts of things at the back where I've just run out of room and started dumping things. So let's go through it. I think this is going to be one of the most challenging drawers because since I started a YouTube channel, my foundation collection has just exploded. So let's go through it and see what I can get rid of. I have already gotten rid of a few things that I've talked about in I think it was a disappointing products video. Now some of those I've already passed on to family and friends, and then some of them have somehow made their way back into this drawer. I'm going to start with foundations because that's the biggest section. So all of my foundations, pretty much bursting at the seams, are in this clear plastic container. So I'm just going to put that there for a second because I've got a bit of an overflow. So my House Labs is here and so is my Urban Decay Hydromaniac. So I've got quite a few bits that have just overspilled into other sections. So let's see if there's anything I can get rid of in here that I just never use or don't like, is the wrong shade. I'm also going to try and put a little box together of things I want to use up because some of these products are really good. I just forget that I have them. I'm going to move this way actually, just so it's a bit easier. So this might be difficult. We'll see. There's a couple that I need to swatch and make sure that they're the right color for me still. Both of these are staying, by the way, the House Labs and the Urban Decay. They are new and I really enjoy both of them. So they are staying. I'm just going to tilt this up a little bit so you can see me. Sorry guys, this is all new to me. I've never done a video like this before of like digging through my drawers. Okay, probably shouldn't balance this so precariously, but we'll see what happens. Live dangerously, right? Okay, so first of all, things that I definitely want to keep. So my favorites. Shiseido Revitaliscent Skin Glow goes without saying. What else do I really love in here? I've got a brand new bottle of MAC Studio Radiance in the shade W0, which is my best match. That's definitely staying because that's new. Let's see, I do really like the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin. That's going to stay as well, as is my beloved L'Oreal True Match in 0.5N. Both of my Rimmel foundations are staying. However, I would say that you don't need both of these. They're extremely similar. So once I use up one of them, I can repurchase either. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to leave that in there because that was quite funny. Let me put this down before I injure myself. Nothing has spilled and I did put down a blanket over the carpet before I started. Okay, what else have we got in here? I do really like the e.l.f. Skin Tint. That's going to stay. Oh, this is becoming more difficult than I thought. I forgot how much I really like a lot of these products. Then I've got my Essence Stick Foundation, another absolute winner. This one, the MAC Studio Radiance, I do really like it. I just feel like there's other things I like more. But this would probably be quite a good transitional foundation for autumn winter because it's not very heavy coverage. It gives a slight glow, but not too much. Now, a foundation that I'm not so sure about because I think it may have expired, which is such a shame because there's loads left, is my beloved Lisa Eldridge. I loved this when I first got it, but I'm gonna have to swatch it because when I swatched it in my recent House Labs video, it really oxidized. So I don't know what was going on there. Maybe it's just a little bit old, but I kind of feel like it should last longer because it's high end. Is that terrible? I'll put some on the top of my arm. So I've just done one pump. Now the pumps for these foundations are quite small. Now it's looking okay there. Now I know this lighting isn't amazing, but let's just see if it goes darker over time. So I'm putting this in the maybe pile. God, I feel like Marge Simpson's. Do you remember the maybe pile when things are a bit peppery for her? Okay, maybe I'm the only one. All right, so most of these I'm keeping so far. The next one I've got, again, it's a new one, so I will hang on to it, is the Max Factor Miracle Pure Skin Reset 2-in-1 Serum Foundation. That's a really long name. This is pretty. It's just another nice skin tint. Again, I feel like I'll probably use it up and I don't need to buy another one because there's skin tints that I prefer. Speaking of skin tints, I really like the Maybelline Superstay. It's not the best shade for me, but man, I love the finish. It's just so stunning. Actually, since I came back from Mallorca, this might suit me a tiny bit better because I have accumulated a few extra freckles. So this might be more of a winner now. This is actually one to use up. There's almost nothing left in this bottle. So this can go into my like sort of Project 10 pan box that I'm going to create. I haven't got a box yet, but there is a box coming. So that one is almost empty. I really like these as well. The Fenty Beauty Eavesdrops in the shade 1. Amazing. God, this is really hard. Here's one I might be able to get rid of. The Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Stick. I don't really like this. Unless my skin is incredibly hydrated, it just kind of looks a bit dry. So I think maybe this one will have to go. Finally, something that actually needs to go. And that is going to go, I'm putting it on the wrong side now, that is going to go into the bin. It's not new either, so I don't feel bad about it. I was actually getting through it remarkably quickly. I've probably used this 10 times maximum and it's more than half gone. So really not great value for money. I'm not even, you know, crazy into heavy coverage or anything. I know it's meant to be light coverage, but that's not a winner. So into the bin. Okay, what else have we got left in here? This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. This is serious coverage. I do really like it, but this is for one of those days where you want to look like flawless and plastic and maybe you're, I don't know, going to some event or something. I will keep it because it's relatively new, and the shade, again, 110 Alabaster, same as the Revitaliscent Skin Glow, is a dead ringer for me, so I love that one. This is one that needs to be brought to the fore because I need to use it up. This is the Luminous and Smooth Normal to Dry Foundation from Maybelline in the shade 095. Again, there's probably like this much left in it. So I feel like I can get that and the MAC used up in the next couple of weeks. So that will again get rid of 2 things out of my collection. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. This is the Revolution Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation in the shade 0.5, F0.5 I should say. It's nice. I just like other things more. If you're really cool toned, this is an excellent option because there aren't that many really pink foundations. And I kind of am tempted to keep it as a mixer. So I'm going to put this in the maybe pile along with the Lisa Eldridge for now. And that is all my foundations plus a couple of pencil sharpenings. This is why I need to empty these drawers because they need a good hoover out, wipe out, clean so that everything is nice and fresh and there's no bacteria or anything like that getting into my makeup. Foundation's done. Not the best clear out so far, but here we go. Right, here's something I could probably do quite well at, which is mascaras. So straight away I can see a Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerized Volume Mascara. I don't like this and it's been open for ages. It's only a miniature, but that can go straight in the bin. Extended Play Giga Backlash. If you know me, you know that I wear this every single day on my bottom lashes. This is staying. Then I've got the Rodial Mascara XXL. I'm kind of on the fence about this. I do like it, but it's getting a little bit old. I might try and put it in the same box as the MAC foundation and the Maybelline one to see if I can use it up. So I'll put that there with those ones. This one I really love. This is the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes, but I think it's coming to the end of its lifespan now. So again, I might put it in that front drawer to try and use it up. This false lash effect is almost empty, but I use it for combing out my lashes, so I'll keep that one. And then I'm going to get rid of this Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer because I just don't use it and it's been hanging around for ages. So into the bin we go. Then I have got, oh, I got another one of these. I have 2 of these. This is confusing. Okay. This is the empty one. That can go. Sometimes I keep empty mascaras if I really like the brushes because they're good to comb through my lashes, but I've already got the Max Factor one for that, so I don't need this one. This one still has product in it, so I'll keep it. This one I probably need to test out. Again, this is the e.l.f. Lash Extender, and I bought this because it is a tubing mascara and they seem to be kind of having a moment again. So I thought it was okay when I first tried it, but I want to try it with curling my lashes. So again, I'm going to put that into the sort of use it or lose it box with the foundation and the radial mascara. Then other ones I haven't tried yet are the Max Stack mascara, so that's brand new. And I've also got the Rimmel Wonder Bond mascara. I don't think I've opened that yet. So I've done okay there. I've got rid of a couple. There's only 5 in here now, so that's much better. The next section I've got is concealers and I think eye primers, and there's a couple of other random things at the bottom there that have just snuck their way in. So the first thing I know I'm keeping, it's my current favourite concealer. It's the L'Oreal True Match Concealer in the shade 05D. So absolutely keeping that one, no question. I'm also keeping the Rimmel Multitasker. I really like that. And I'm also keeping my Hourglass. The one that I'm going to be getting rid of is the e.l.f. Hydro Camo Concealer. I was kind of using this to mix with blush and stuff, but to be honest, I just don't really need it. So it wasn't hydrating at all. It was very drying and it was extremely light even for me, and it's not even the lightest shade. So I don't really know who's wearing the lightest shade, but I guess it's a good thing that it exists. So bye-bye. Let's see what else we have got in here. So Urban Decay Primer Potion, keeping that. Ugh, it's dirty down the bottom of here. Wow, there's things in here I didn't even know I had. Right, so there is a MAC Strobe Cream. I'm going to keep this, but I'm not going to put it in that drawer. I'm going to put it in the using stuff up drawer because there's not that much of it left. I also have an Autograph Luminosity Radiant Skin Primer. I think I tried this and it was okay, but that was a long time ago, so I'm going to put it in the bin. What else have I got here? Oh, this is a classic. This is a NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in the colour Milk. I didn't know this was in here. It doesn't belong in here, but I am definitely keeping it, so I'll just put that to one side for now. And then I have not 1, not 2, not 3. Oh no, sorry, I have 3. That was silly. I have 3 tiny lash glues. So one of them is Duo and the other 2 are Eyelure. Provided these are okay, I will hang on to them. And then it's just a bit dirty at the bottom. So I'll clean that out now, as I have done with the other containers, and then I'll pop the concealers and stuff back in. So this poor little NARS concealer got thrown out of that box, but now there's room for it, so it can go back in there. So that's that sorted. So foundations, concealers and mascaras are all done. Not doing too badly there now. I also have a random sticker and a little present that a student made for me ages ago. Don't know why that's in there. Ah, there is another one. So I have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 mini glues. I was right all along. Okay, what else do we have in here? I have a random Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara that's unopened, so I guess I can put that in with the mascaras. I'm going to maybe leave it in the box so I know it's not been opened. Then I have some primers. Okay, so the first one is the Inica Organic Certified Organic Pure Perfection Primer, 83% organic. So it's definitely organic, if you didn't know from the first 2 times that they told you. Something about kangaroo paw extract. How is it vegan if it's kangaroo paw extract? Okay, very strange. I haven't tried this yet. I feel like I should at least give it a go once. So I'm going to put it in that try and use it up drawer, or at least try it out drawer. Then I have 2 primers, neither of which I feel like do anything for my skin, that I'm going to pass on to someone else. So the Essence Fixed and Last Jelly Primer and the Milk Hydro Primer that everybody raves about, but I don't really feel like it does anything for me. So they're going into my pass on to someone else section because they both have pumps, so they're sanitary. Right, that's into the giveaway box. Here is my Laura Mercier powder. I've not been using this recently because since I got a new one, I feel like they've changed the formula and it's darkening my makeup a little bit. Now, I'm still going to have to use it up because, you know, it's a lot of powder, but I'm not as happy with it as I used to be. The next thing I'm probably going to try is maybe the Kosas one, but before I get the Kosas one, I need to use up my Catrice powder. So I'm still fairly happy with that one. We'll use this up, grin and bear it, and then we'll maybe move on to the Kosas. So I'm going to put this somewhere else because it was just floating around in the drawer, but I am keeping it. Okay, another random face product that was in the wrong section, the Supergoop Glow Screen. I've been wearing this every day, particularly while I was on holiday. I really liked this because it's SPF 30 and it does give you a nice bit of a sheen. I have it on today. I am going to keep this. I suppose I will put it in maybe with my foundations. Don't really know. I do feel like it's a makeup-y product. It does give you a little bit of a hint of a tint. Will it fit in? Yeah, it does actually. So maybe I'll leave it there. Maybe I'll put it with my skincare. Haven't decided yet. Okay, then there's this sort of a strange drawer with hybrid products. So the first thing I have in here, because it wouldn't fit into its own section, is a MAC concealer palette. I do use this and it lasts forever. Great for carving out your eyebrows, spot concealing, anything like that. And also it has some nice colour correctors in here as well if you like that sort of thing. If I'm looking very blue under the eyes on a particular day, I will use a tiny amount of this, so that's definitely staying. Then I have the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I still really like this, keeping that one. One of my MAC Studio Fix powders is in my bag, and then the newer one is here. This one is actually a better match for me. My beloved Hourglass Ethereal Light setting powder. Well, it's not setting powder, I should say. It's a finishing powder. Absolutely staying with me, but I do need to use it more. I've had that quite a while. The Hourglass Incandescent Strobe Light Highlighter, definitely staying. And then something I forget to use is the Hourglass Luminous Flush Blush. Probably because it's in this section, actually, I'm forgetting to use it. So I'm not really sure what to do with that one. I kind of put all my Hourglass powders together, but this is technically a blush. So if I'm not using it in this section, maybe I should move it somewhere else. Maybe into the try and use up section, but it's not that old, so I don't feel like I'm in a rush to use it up. We'll leave that one. I'm going to put this Laura Mercier just on its side in that box as well. Box isn't really too dirty, but I will give it a wipe out anyway, just in case there's anything I can't see. I'm so sorry, I lied to you. That was actually filthy at the bottom and I didn't realise. But it's clean now. So that's all done as well. Things are looking up. We haven't got rid of a lot, but few things are gone. Right, let's have a look here. I have a mini Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. So this is kind of like a handbag size. In fact, I might start putting it in my handbag. So let me take that out. Maybe we can have like a little handbag section. I think that would be a good idea. And it means I can get rid of this stupid box. So it's only, how many mil? Maybe like 15 or something. It looks tiny. Yeah, 15 mil. Sorry, this is a struggle without my glasses. So 15 mil. Perfect size for keeping in your handbags for touch-ups, etc. And just to kind of refresh the makeup. Not sure where I'll put it for now. I'm just going to leave it on the side. By the way, this has oxidized a bit, but it doesn't look too terrible. Maybe it just looked awful in direct sunlight. I'm thinking maybe it can be saved. We'll see. What else do we have in here? This is a Beauty Crop Dewy Primer that I've not tried. Can I just be real? I just don't like primers. So completely unopened. I'm going to pass that on to somebody else. And I've just missed the bag. Okay, what else do we have in here? I have these Kiss Impressed false lash things that all the young people are wearing. I still haven't mastered these, and as evident from the box, they're a bit all over the place. I do want to give them another go because they do look really pretty. So that might be like a little project. So I will hang on to them for now. I'll at least try and use them up. And then I have a couple of sets of other false eyelashes. I think these ones were just from Amazon. These ones were a present. They're the Farah number 12 Luxe Foaming Lashes. Haven't worn these yet as they're very extravagant. They're from Huda Beauty, those ones. So these I will keep. I don't wear false lashes all the time, but coming into the winter I will wear them more often. This is something that fell out of a box. I think that's to tell me how to do the Kiss lashes, so I'll put that back in the box. And then I've had this for years. This is a little Hello Kitty false lash case, which is really cute. My sister got me that a long time ago, so I'll be keeping that. It does need a wipe though. Let's just clean Hello Kitty up a little bit there. She's a dirty kitty at the moment. I'm actually surprised neither Pearl nor Hazel have come in to see me while I've been doing this, because I've been chatting for ages. Pearl is in the spare room on the bed, and I think Hazel is in her basket downstairs. So they're both resting after a very long morning of doing nothing. Hello Kitty is looking better there now. And then the last thing, this must have just fallen out, is my current mascara that I'm using, which is the Benefit Fan Fest. So I'm just going to stick that back into my mascara section. So the whole drawer is empty. All you can see is the drawer liner and a random hair bobble. So I'm going to hoover that out, and then it is fresh and ready for everything to go back in. Okay, here we are with the next drawer. I've returned my face drawer back to its rightful position, and now we have got probably one of the trickiest drawers, which is my eyeshadow palette drawer. I'm not expecting to part with many of these because, as you know, eyeshadow lasts a really, really long time. and I've got quite a few new additions that I've not even really had a chance to play around with. So one of the first things and one of the newest things is the Jaclyn Hill palette. I got this very cheaply on Vinted and it was pretty much untouched. I'm just going to give it a wipe. And that's pretty much all I need to do with that one. This is an iconic palette from the sort of makeup heyday of YouTube. And I've been using it and I do actually really like that one. So that's really good. Another little trip down memory lane. I mean, this is part of why I wanted to do this video. The original sleek palettes. Like, look how old that packaging is, because that used to be the front. Then they made the front look a bit like that, so it's slightly different. Let me show you the original palette. This literally is just called the original. The shades are absolutely gorgeous. I love that one. I don't use it loads, but there's some shades I've hit really hard, and there's two in particular I think I'll probably pan and then I might try and get rid of it, just because it's so old. These two shades I really like. It's like a copper shade and then an old gold. I'm not crazy into like blues and greens and stuff, so they didn't get that much use, but it's just such a memory. I think I've had that since I was about 19, so it's been with me for a while. Then the other one I really love is the Storm palette. Now this is a newer one that I got. I did have the original one with the sort of like embossed top. This is a newer one because that one was just dead. So this is the new version I have. I still use it a lot for travel because it has the mirror as well, and the quality of the shadows is really good. If you are looking for these, I don't think they're available from Sleek anymore, but you can get them on places like Vinted and eBay, but do not pay more than £5 for one of these, okay? You can get them cheaply. Don't let anybody rip you off. So I will be keeping both of those. Now let's have a look at some other things. So something I'm not very sure about because I never reach for it is the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette. I just don't reach for it. The colours, I don't know, they're nice. I kind of just got this because it was on offer and I was like, oh wow, and I was quite new to Natasha Denona at the time. It's nice, but it's just nothing special. I don't think you need to go out of your way to get it. So I'm thinking I might pass that one on. So I'm going to put that into a separate pile. I feel exactly the same about the mini gold palette, so I think I might have to get rid of this one. The greens in it are nice, but I just don't reach for green very often, as I said already, so that one might need to go as well. Now these two are quite new. These are the Wet n Wild palettes, Walking on Eggshells and Comfort Zone. I got these because I was planning to do the drugstore tag, which eventually I still will do. Sorry, Carmel, I apologise. These are awesome. They're not mind-blowing, but they're really good for the price point. And again, such a good thing to travel with, because if it breaks, you know you can buy a new one and it's not going to cost you very much. So I'm keeping those. Let's have a look at what else I've got. I'm gonna have a look at some newer things. I think I'll probably keep some and not others. So I have a lot of these Huda Beauties palettes from a friend, these 9-pan palettes. One of them is this khaki palette, which I don't even think I've tried yet, so I probably need to give that one a go. Then we've got the Topaz one. I actually really like this, so I'm going to keep that. What else have I got? The Gemstone Obsessions. I think this one can go. I just don't use it. It's not really my kind of colour story. What else have I got? This one's pretty, Mauve Obsessions, but I feel like I have very similar palettes already, so I think that one can probably go. And then the last one is the Ruby Obsessions. This one reminds me of a lot of NARS colour stories, so I might hang on to that one for a bit longer. And again, it just has some nice complementary shades that I can use with other eyeshadow palettes I've got. So far we are getting rid of 4 mini palettes. Then randomly I have a single MAC eyeshadow in the shade Patina. I will probably depot this because I've just bought a new Z palette secondhand, because it doesn't need to hang around by itself all lonely. So I am keeping it, but it's not going to stay in this form. I will depot it. So those 3 staying. All right, what else have I got? This is my original Z palette that I made a long time ago. And it's just got some of my most used MAC shades in there. You can see I've hit pan on a lot of them, and probably need to start using some of those up, but they're really on their last legs, like Vanilla, Blanc Type, satin taupe, sable. They've all got big dents in them, so definitely keeping that. One of my most used palettes. Then I've got this little Magical Memories palette from P. Louise. Does anyone else just find P. Louise packaging so bulky? Like, the eyeshadows are really good, but I don't need something this large. And I'm not just talking about the minis. Like, I've got one of these ones, and again, it's an absolutely stunning colour story, but just look at the size of it. It's massive. It's huge. So again, I've seen people depotting these on Instagram, so I might do something like that and maybe put them together. However, I do feel like there are repeats in this one of what I've already got in the big one, so I think that one I can say goodbye to. Right, what else are we doing? Okay, some of the bigger palettes are going to be much harder. I don't think I'll be getting rid of any of these. My beloved Biba palette is definitely staying. That was a gift from my husband as well, so that makes it extra special. That was my first ever Natasha Denona palette. Safari palette I've barely touched yet and I really like, so that is staying with me. Oh, here's one. I don't know about this. Urban Decay Naked Basics. Well, first of all, it's broken here and I pretty much never reach for it. I'm wondering maybe if I can get rid of it. Oh, I don't know. Okay, we're putting it in the Marge Simpson maybe pile for now. I'll come back to it. I'll see how I do with the other ones. I'm definitely keeping this. This is my Cradle of Filth VE Cosmetics palette. This was a gift from my sister and it's still one of the best eyeshadow palettes I own. The colours are absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good. Then my favourite purple eyeshadow palette of all time, the Gothic palette from Cosmic Brushes. If you can still get this, buy it now. It's incredible. That's staying as well. Then a palette I do like, but I don't know how much use I get out of it. I should probably put it in that drawer at the front, is the Hyperreal Face palette. Well, natural face palette, but it does have eyeshadows in it. So maybe I'll put that in the need to use drawer because I just forget about it. It's really nice, I just don't use it enough. The Glam palette, I have such mixed feelings about this. I much prefer the matte shades than the shimmers, but I do still use it, so I'm going to keep it. Something I thought would be phenomenal, and it's really good, but it's not, you know, mind-blowing, is the Warm palette. For my problem with this palette is that there's not enough depth. Everything is either light or mid-tone. There's no really smoky shades. Everything looks quite similar on the eye. I have to combine it either with a dark liner or something to kind of get the impact that I want. And there isn't really a proper highlight shade for me in this palette either. However, I still like it, so I'm still going to keep it. All right, that's all my Natasha Denona palettes. Urban Decay, this is my original Naked palette. I'm tempted to get rid of this one, but I feel like I should use up certain shades before I do that. So I love the shades Virgin, Naked and Buck. So if I could get rid of those, I probably wouldn't miss the others. So maybe that needs to kind of go into that front drawer as well and just be used up. They did bring this back, but there's so many of them available online. If I wanted another one, I could get it. So maybe I can try and use that up soon-ish. I'll put that at the front and see if I can get that used up. Now, the Balm palette, Nude Tude. The reason that I keep this palette is for this one shade alone. This is the lightest, frostiest inner corner highlight shade of life. And I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of it, but the palette will probably go in the bin. So use that up and then that'll probably be the end of it. Oh, this little one was hiding in the side. This is the MAC Burgundy x9. I'll be honest with you, the quality on this isn't great in comparison to the MAC full-size shadows. However, it's extremely convenient for sort of a look in a tiny palette and for travel. So I'm going to have to keep it. So that's going in the keeping of small palettes pile. Then this one was a gift from a friend, the Pumpkin Spice Second Slice. I have not used this yet, but it looks absolutely perfect for this season. So I'm going to bump it up to the front. I have a little palette divider. I'll just show you. I have this. So I'm thinking I can put the 3 to 4 palettes that I choose on my vanity desk so I can actually use it, dressing table, whatever you want to say. And then the last palette, and again, I have such mixed feelings about this one. I bought this Urban Decay Naked 3 when I finished my PGC. It was like a reward to myself. But there's very few shades I actually use in this. I think I really like the shade Factory, and again, that's kind of it. If that shade was gone, I would probably never ever reach for this again. So maybe I should try and use that one up. But it's kind of the wrong season for this palette because it's sort of a pinky tone. So I might leave it in the drawer, but with a view of digging it out in springtime and finishing off any good palettes. Any good palettes? Any good shades that I really enjoy using, which isn't very many. So we've got rid of a few, mainly just these miniature ones. And the good news about these is I can pass them on to somebody else because they're eyeshadows. I wanted to show you a couple of special, extra special palettes that are really difficult to get now. They're both from Urban Decay. This one was a present for my sister. It was their 20th anniversary palette. I think this was probably the best quality eyeshadow Urban Decay ever produced. So even though I don't use every single shade, it's just incredible. I really like the shade down here. What's it called? Chase. This one here. Sorry, I'm holding it upside down. I really enjoy Deeper as well, and MIA. And the Blackout Black is probably the blackest black ever. Matte Carbon, I'm looking at you. You should be ashamed of yourself. So that's just a bit of a collector's item, and I do kind of collect certain products, especially things that have like meaning to me from a certain time or if they're a gift. So definitely keeping that one. And then this one's even older. This is the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette. Again, very rare, difficult to get hold of. I mean, look at the pop-up. I would keep it just for that, to be honest. It's so stunning. And then the eyeshadows, it's got some of their cult favorites, but with different names. So the only one I think that has the same name is Mushroom. And again, that's one of my favorite shades. I also really love the shade Queen in here, and the sparkly black Jabberwocky. There's just so many really good colors. So that again has special meaning, will always be in my collection. I very briefly showed you the P. Louise birthday one as well. Oh, it just jumped out. Okay, well this is one layer, and again the shades are absolutely beautiful. It's probably the only neutral palette you would ever need. I'll show you the other layer in the top as well, but the packaging is crazy bulky. So at some point I might depot this and see if that would make me use it a bit more, because I tend to forget about it. It's so large, I can't even store it with my other palettes. So it kind of just lives on its own. Oh my god, this drawer is never ending. Okay, so this is a MAC palette. It's like a 15-pound palette from when they used to do these. And I keep all of my sort of purpley shades in here. These are collector's items to me. Most of them are discontinued now, so I will be keeping this. However, I'm going to confess I don't use them a lot. They kind of just live here, to be honest. Then two things you might have seen in one of my hauls. It's the MAC Neutral, Cool Neutral, and the Warm Neutral palettes. I really, really like these, so I'll be keeping those. And then this is my original MAC palette that I created myself. I'm half afraid to show you because the colors will tip out. They're all kind of mixed up now because I've swapped things out for Z palettes and all that kind of thing. But I remember at one point I had over 40 eyeshadows in here, and it was my baby. I remember moving over to the UK with it when I was 21, and it just meant so much to me. I remember bringing it in my hand luggage because I didn't want anything to happen to it. Again, lots of rare and limited edition colors in here. There's one or two Makeup Geek shadows in here as well, which no longer exist. Chickadee and Latte and things like that, Cherry Cola. So a really, really special place in my heart. I will never get rid of any of these. Oh my god, I have so many eyeshadow palettes. I thought we were done, and then there's more. So this one was a gift from my husband. This is Surabaya 1 and 2. It's a little duo, some really beautiful shades in there. Again, this would actually be really, really good for the upcoming season. So I might put that in my sort of top basket drawer of things I need to use. I've showed these as well. These are the limited edition eyeshadow palettes, the smoky one and the warm one. Really good for this season, but I think I'll leave them in the drawer. Then I've got two eyeshadow palettes here from Lisa Eldridge. Again, I've shown these before, the Sorcery palette and the Vega palette, both staying as they are both firm favorites. And then I think I've spoken about this before. I'll show you the newer one rather than the older one because it's kind of easier to have a look. And God Created the Woman palette, again, was released in 2013, no longer available, extremely difficult to find. So I will put those back in there. So you can definitely see that I'm a bit of a collector. Also randomly in here is some sort of serum. I have no idea why that's in there. And that's everything in that drawer. Finally, I thought we'd never get to the end of it. This is going to be a hella long video, so thank you for sticking with me if you've made it this far. I do really appreciate it. And if you want me to talk about any of these products in depth, then please do let me know. I've never really done a proper tutorial, but again, I could maybe give that a try if anyone would want to watch it. So let's go to the next drawer. Okay, the lip drawer. We should be able to make fairly good progress with this one. Just as an aside, I'm not doing eyeliners because I did those not too long ago. So everything that I've got is fairly recent and not expired, etc. The only thing I got rid of was more recently was MAC Feline because it had gone all squishy and weird. That was an old pencil. Okay, right, so should be able to make really good progress with this one. There's some really random stuff in here though. This is the box that my engagement ring came in, so it just doesn't have a place, but I want to use it for something. So any suggestions, please let me know. There are also some razors in here, you know, like face razors. I don't dermaplane very often, but I will do it occasionally just to get rid of any peach fuzz on the side of my face. They need a new home though. There's a random keyring with a picture of me and my friend. That broke, I think, so I've just kind of kept it around because I want the picture. So no idea what they're doing in there. Right, so two things I can see already that are sticking out like a sore thumb are the Oolok Be Seductive lipstick, which was a really weird matte warm colour on me. That can go. And exactly the same with Penelope Pink. That's actually orange from Charlotte Tilbury. That can go. And then let me show you this big old container of lip products. So this definitely needs sorting out. Right, oh, there's a random brow product in here. For some reason I have eyebrows and lip products together. I have no idea why. It makes no sense. It was just where stuff fitted in drawers. If you have any suggestions about how I could reorganize that, please do let me know. My leggings are slowly becoming covered in makeup, but you know, occupational hazard. So here I've got my 4 Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. I've got Velvet Ribbon, I've got Painterly, I've got Velvet Jazz, and I've got Velvet Cinnabar. Painterly is the one that sticks out to me. I think I've maybe worn it once, so I'm just going to swatch it here in my hand. It is a nice colour. I don't know why I don't wear it. I think it's because it's not very opaque. Maybe I can put this into my sort of try and use it category with my foundations, random primers and stuff. So I'll put that at the front. This is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. I believe there's a colour. I don't know. It's the purple one. I have no idea what the fuss is about these. They're just a lip balm. They're not a special lip balm. They don't really soften your lips. I'm using it, so I'll keep it, but I would absolutely not repurchase, especially for the price. It is just a lip balm, okay? So I'll put that to one side. My beloved KVD Outlaw, which is discontinued, keeping that. This Rimmel one has been open for a good while and it doesn't smell right, so I think I'm gonna have to get rid of that one. This huge by Terry Balm de Rose is really more of a skincare product that I would probably use overnight, so I think I'm just going to put that somewhere else. Then I have got, this is new, the Marc Jacobs Sugar, which is discontinued. This is the Perfect Nude Gloss, so this is staying with me for sure. What else have we got? Oh, I've got some classic Urban Decay lipsticks. This one's Native, which is like that sort of pale pink that we all used to wear. I do still really like this, but I never wear it. Maybe I need to try and use it up and put more of a nude gloss over the top. So kind of the wrong time of year for it, but I just can't part with this. This was a really special lipstick for me, so I'm going to have to keep it. What else have we got in here? Oh, I don't like the colour of this. The Dr. Paw Paw Tinted Peach Pink Balm, so that can go. Don't want it. What else have I got? This is really old as well. Vaseline Lip Therapy. That can go in the bin. It's been open forever. I'm not much of a gloss person, but I have liked more lip glosses recently. I think lip gloss formulas have improved. So this is one of the Lifter glosses. I think it's in ice. And then this one I got in like a free gift. This is a L'Oreal one in Maximize 400, just like an icy topper. This is really pretty actually, so both of those can stay. I'm trying to get more into lip gloss. My beloved Estee Lauder Crystal Baby will stay with me forever. Then I've got this mini Pillow Talk that I always forget to use, the Pillow Talk Fair. So I'm going to put that in my front drawer and try and use it up, because I do have still in its box the full size, because I love the colour so much. But then the teeny tiny one just gets lost amongst all this other stuff. This is the L'Oreal Coloriche in Nude 235, keeping that. This is Flower Beauty Spice Petal, which is a dupe for the original Pillow Talk. Dior 999, keeping that one. Starting to wonder if I'm going to get rid of anything. This is a really old Dior gloss. I don't think they make this colour anymore in 097. It's like this mauve colour, but it has like turquoise reflex. Really special. I remember getting that. My Giorgio Armani 400. I love this one, keeping that. But again, kind of gets lost, so I'm going to put it in that front drawer. My beloved Airy Fairy from Rimmel. That's discontinued as well. This is a lipstick that belonged to my mum, actually. I think it's like Oriflame or something. Is it Oriflame or Avon? Oriflame. And it's like this really pretty kind of burnt colour, like burnt copper. Again, could be really pretty for this season, but it is metallic. So this is kind of more of a memory thing. Right, what can I get rid of? Let's see. I'm going to get rid of this pencil from MAC. Oh my god, I'm actually getting rid of a MAC product. It's in red enriched, and like the bottom has gone off it, and it's one of those twist up ones, you can't sharpen it, so it's just really annoying. So I'm going to get rid of that. I have loads of other, ooh, it bounced out of the bin. I'm going to get rid of that. I have loads of other red liners. This is a balm by NARS. This should probably go in my handbag. This is just the balm in Orgasm. This is really pretty and it's a miniature, so I might again keep that out and put it in my handbag. This is more of a skincare product. Again, it's the Dr. Barbara Sturm lip balm, so I'm going to put that in the correct drawer. This I got from Sephora. It's the cream lip stain in 25, perfect for this season, so I'm going to keep that out. A really old tub of tinted Vaseline. I don't wear this anymore, so I'm going to put that in the bin, and I've had it for several years now. I have two more Airy Fairies in case I ever run out. This was a present from my husband. This is the lipstick in Dr. Crowley, which was from the Ozzy Osbourne collection. I actually can't remember what brand this is now. Again, a really nice shade for kind of autumn winter, so I might keep that out. What else have I got in here? Oh, I never wear this anymore. This is the NARS satin lip pencil. I was about to say velvet matte, but it's not. In Decanso. It was nice, but it's kind of a weird warm colour, and it's really old now, so I think I'm going to get rid of that one. What else have I got in here? Another NARS balm in the shade Hidden Pleasure. Very similar to Orgasm, to be honest, but that can be a handbag shade. Oh, a really tiny Laura Mercier Ultimate Rouge lipstick. Doesn't seem to have a colour. I never use this. I might pass this along to somebody. Doesn't even look like it's been used. My other Urban Decay Naked lipstick. Again, I probably should get rid of these, but I just can't. They're just a memory. They're just a memory of a special time. Another one of these NARS things. In the shade Torres del Pan, more of an orangey shade, but again really old. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Don't wear it anymore. What else have I got? Oh, I never wear this. This is the Sephora cream lip stain in the shade 06. This is a really nice colour. I just don't wear it. I find it makes my teeth look a tiny bit yellow, so I'm gonna pass that one along. What else have I got? By Terry Baume de Rose. This is pretty much empty, so that can go in the bin. What else? I've got some lip liners. So I've got the Kiko liner in 23, and then I've also got the Pillow Talk Fair liner. I'm going to put the Pillow Talk Fair into my top drawer to use it up. Then I've got some of these really old Kat Von D shades. Some of these I just don't wear. I think I'm going to give them one more season, because these are like really autumnal colours. I've got Roxy, I've got Sanctuary, I've got Hawkwind, I've got Haze 2, and Bow and Arrow. So I'm going to give them one more season, and I'm going to put them in my top drawer to try and use them up. I also have the shade Lolita, but I use that quite regularly, so that can stay in this drawer. What else have I got? Just loads of like random lip liners. I've got MAC Whirl, I've got MAC Dervish, I've got MAC Stone, I've got an Illamasqua shade. What's this one called? It's really nice, like a wine colour. severity. I've got this really old NYX Rose pencil, and I kept this specifically for this video because I was like, at what point was I wearing that color on my lips? It's like this like neon warm pink, but like NYX Rose 840. How old is that? I probably ordered that from Cherry Culture. That's how old it is. When I was about 18. So 16 years old, this lip pencil is. I think it's time to go into retirement. Okay, and I've also got a Rare Beauty lip balm thing. These ones, the lip tints everyone loves, in the shade Hope. This is nice. Again, nothing special, wouldn't necessarily repurchase. And the last thing I have is my Lisa Eldridge red lip liner, which is the only one I really need. That's Velvet Ribbon. Then all of my other lipsticks are MAC, apart from one Fenty in the shade Blaze Donut. That's my absolute favorite at the minute. And then I'm not going to get rid of any of my MAC lipsticks because they're collector's items, let's be fair. So I'm going to put all of these lipsticks and lip liners back into the drawer. I have removed a few, mainly things to go into my top drawer and try and use them up. But I've also binned quite a few lip balms, so that has made quite a bit of room in here now. So I'll put those back in. That's looking a bit better. The next drawer is my brow drawer. For some reason my Catrice powder is in here, so I'll put that back in its rightful place. I really love this new faux brow, you know, the little Batman one from L'Oreal, so I'm keeping that one. I'm keeping this NYX, what's it called, Lift and Snatch in ash brown. The colour's a bit dark, but it's okay. What else have I got in here? I've got an e.l.f. brow pencil. I think this came free and I don't really like the colour. Have I used this? Yeah, I think I have. I don't know, it's a bit chunky and I don't really like it, so I'm going to bin that one as it's already been used. This MUA one was worse than useless. That's going to go in the bin as well. I seem to have had bad luck with these recently. Then the Rimmel one has dried up already. I think I talked about this in the video. It's now basically not working. Very disappointing. What else have I got in here? This was another fail. This was the e.l.f. one. Carmel and I were talking about this in the comments. This is terrible. So that can also go in the bin. I'm making some progress. Okay, I'm keeping my two Glossier boy brows. I got the grey one and I've also got the brown one. They're both really good. This is an old one. Benefit Eye Bright. Did anyone else have this? Again, I used to kind of use this under my eyebrow. It's just there to kind of give myself more of an arch and make my brows look higher up. It still works perfectly well, so I'll be keeping that one. The World's Tiniest MAC Fascinating, again for the inside of my eyes, keep that one. I really like this actually. This is the Glossier Boy Brow Arch in the shade Cool Blonde. However, the label has started to come off, so it'll, like, all the white stuff will come onto your hands, which is pretty gross. So Glossier, I think you need to sort that out. The next thing in here is an Essence brow pencil as well. Jesus, how many brow pencils do I have? This is okay. It's not great, so I think I might get rid of it. I hate the ones that you have to constantly sharpen as well. This is the little e.l.f. liquid metallic shadow that I bought. I've only used this about twice. I'm going to put that in my top drawer to remind me to use it. There's a random nail file, so I think that can go in the bin. This is the applicator for the Kiss lashes. So I need to give this a wipe and then put it with the Kiss lashes, because I was wondering when I found that packet, like, where the hell the applicator was. So I'll put that in its rightful place. I have the Benefit brow pomade that I want to use up, so I'm going to put that in the top drawer. I never use this Anastasia Brow Freeze, so that can go as well. And I never use the, what's this called, Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I never really use that either, and it's almost empty. The NYX brow glue in taupe. It's grand, but it doesn't really give you any colour, so I think I can probably get rid of that one. My only liquid eyeliner at the moment is this Essence one, which is quite dirty, so I will keep that for now. And then I also have the NYX brow pencil in taupe. I can't even remember what colour this really comes out. Is there anything left in it? Ah, yeah, I think I just got so many brow pencils I kind of forgot about it. This is disgusting because there's been lots of things sharpened in, on or around it, and sharpeners have exploded. So I'm just going to give that a clean. That is a good result. Ugh, except when things are falling out. Yeah, that is drastically reduced. Don't ever let me buy so many brow pens or brown pencils again. Okay, so that is that drawer done. I just need to hoover it out. So I will do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. Pearl has joined us. She's just over here sniffing everything that I've taken out. And I have got my blush drawer, and I also have my sort of middle drawer that lives up here, which kind of just, well, it's supposed to be an everyday makeup drawer and random essentials drawer, but it just doesn't really turn out to be like that. It's just more of a random crap drawer. Okay, so I know there's some really random things in here, like mini perfumes, etc. So I've already got something ready to put all of those in, and because I do want to start using up my mini perfumes, it's just not happening. Hello, good girl. You helping? No, she wants to help. Okay, so again, there's definitely things in here that I need to bring to the fore because I want to use them up. Hourglass palette, I want to use it up. I've talked about this in a video about how I just don't think they're all that and the colors aren't amazing for me, so that's going to go into my kind of use up drawer. I can see this blush I can get rid of straight away. This actually smashed, so I can't really use it anyway, which is the Catrice one in the Cheek Affair Love It First Swipe, so that one can go. I don't think anybody's going to want a broken blush. Okay, this is the Kat Von D Alchemist highlighting palette, I think it is, or is it just KVD? Can't remember. Ooh, it's dirty. Right, let me give this a clean. I think white packaging is just a disaster. White packaging and NARS packaging. Yeah, so that's still really nice. I really only use the one in the middle, the Ultraviolet Amethyst, but I'm still going to hang on to it for now. Would probably make a good eyeshadow topper. This is a bag of change. I have no idea why this is in here, so we'll move that out and try and find a new place for it. Okay, this is my beloved NARS Guy Bourdin palette. This is limited edition, really difficult to get your hands on now. The packaging is broken and it's also disgusting, but the colours are amazing, so I'm going to keep that one. It's a collector's item. Right, what else have I got in here? I need to start taking things out because they're all going to need a clean. This is my Ancient MAC blush palette. Again, there's a few colours in here that you can no longer get. MAC Stunner is in here, Fleur Power is in here, Shell Cream Colour Base, Koi Girl is the one that's chipped, Well Dressed is the one that's almost finished, and there's one or two that I've forgotten as well, that all the sticker numbers are on the back. Probably do need to use this up at some point, but it's not going anywhere. Then this one is the Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. Haven't been using it that much lately. I need to get back into using it, but I have hit pan on almost every shade, so that's staying. Oh, this one is a difficult one. The Kat Von D Shade and Light Palette. There's only one colour in here that suits me, which is this one. And it's so powdery, so it just doesn't really work for me. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of it and maybe pass it along to someone else. Okay, what else do I have? I love this one and don't use it enough. It's my Inglot Contour palette that I made myself, so that I will be keeping. What else have I got in here? There's loads of like random eyeshadows in here that don't belong in here, so we'll deal with them in a minute. I'm just going to put them to one side for now. And we'll fill up my eyeshadow drawer even more. Let's move on to single blushes. So I've got two containers. Let's start with a smaller one. This is mainly sort of drugstore blushes. So I'll just prop this up here. This is a really tiny NARS eyeshadow, sorry, not eyeshadow, blush in the shade Sex Appeal. I don't really like this on me. It's okay, but I'm kind of over matte blushes, so I think I'll pass that on to someone else. What else have I got in here? I have got, oh, this is really old and probably shouldn't be in here. Benefit High Beam. I don't know if they still make this, but I kind of just want to keep it for nostalgia's sake, and I want to try and use it up. So I'll put that in my sort of front basket of things I want to use up. Right, Memory Lane. This is a NYX blush when they used to have the squares embossed on them and it was square packaging. This is in the shade Angel, this one is in the shade Peach, and this one is in the shade Natural, which is, I think, almost gone. Yeah, that one's nearly finished. So I'm going to keep those, mainly for nostalgia's sake. Let's see what else we've got in here. Definitely keeping this. This is the Catrice highlighter that I really, really love. It's in the shade Supreme Rose Beam. I might put highlighters at the front actually. Then the next thing I have is this Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in the shade Pink Glow. This is really average. I think I'm going to pass it along to someone else. I just don't need 50 highlighters, so why keep the ones that are only okay? This one I absolutely love. It's discontinued. It's from Becca and it's in the shade Pearl, which is the kind of pale silvery shade. There's a huge dent in it because I do use that one a lot. So definitely keeping that. Then I've got the only Milani product I actually still have, which is the Baked Powder Blush in the shade Dolce Pink. Definitely keeping that one. Again, I've probably had that as long as the NYX ones. And then here at the back, I've got my beloved Pure Nude Essence blushes. To be honest, this one's a little bit dark for me, but I just keep it for swatch references, and I might be able to pull it off with a very dark lipstick. And then I also have, I've barely used this, the Catrice Air Blush Glow in the shade Berry Haze. I'm just going to swatch this. I can't even remember what it looks like. Yeah, it's okay. Again, it's more matte than I expected it to be, because it said glow in the name. I was expecting it to be, you know, glowy. I might part with that one because I'm not using it. Right, so this is kind of looking a bit emptier now, but I don't want to just fill it up with rubbish, so we'll see what happens. I'm not getting rid of anything in this next section because it is all my MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes, my MAC Single Blushes, and my Illamasqua blushes that are here at the back. So most of these are now discontinued and they're very special to me. MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes and MAC blushes are, in my opinion, are the best thing that you can put on your face. That includes new MAC blushes as well. I'm not, you know, dissing those by any means, but 9 times out of 10 if something's on my face, it's one of these because they're just incredible. I do collect rare and old and discontinued MAC makeup. You've probably noticed that by now. So nothing in there is leaving. So let me just pop, this drawer is pretty clean actually. Let me just pop these palettes back in here and then let's tackle the random eyeshadows that I found. So this is a single eyeshadow from L'Oreal Infallible. The color is Endless Chocolate. So if you remember, they came with like a twist off lid and then like you had to sort of remove this little thing, and it's actually kind of like a loose eyeshadow that's gently pressed. This is a stunning color, so I am going to keep it, but it needs to go into the right drawer. So these will probably get transferred over. I recently, well, not that recently, bought some MAC eyeshadows off Vinted, and most of which had never been touched. So let me just show you what I've got. Some of them are backups. So I've got a backup for my beloved Sable because that has a pan in it. Yogurt was actually the first MAC color I ever bought, so I've got one of those. Then I have got the shade Soft Brown, which I believe it used to not be available in the UK. I'm not sure if it is now, but I have it. I do have another one in my palette. Then I've got the shade Woodwinked, which I actually don't like. So I'm going to get rid of that one and pass it on to someone else. What else have I got in here? I've got Satin Taupe, again, a classic. My other one's nearly gone. That's why I got it. And I've also got Blackberry, which was one of my favorite colors when I started using MAC. And I've got Parfait Amour, which is not the best purple eyeshadow, but it came as part of a job lot, so I'm going to get rid of that one as I already own it and the pigment's not very good. This one is in the shade Orb. I've never really used this color, so I wanted to try it out. I believe it's discontinued now. This is the reason I bought the job lot, which was Matte Kid. This is the best crease color blending shade in the world for me ever. And then this one is in the shade Swiss Chocolate, which I don't think I've ever owned. So it was good to get that one as well. And I'm sure I got these for like 15 quid or something. It was crazy. Then also in here is the MAC eyeshadow, Pro Longwear eyeshadow, which I believe are discontinued now, in the shade Uninterrupted, which is like this stunning camely sepia color. I do use that a lot in the autumn time. Then my possibly favorite eyeshadow of all time is the Makeup Forever 92. This is legendary. You can't really see here now, but it is the most incredible purple in the world. So that's not going anywhere either. And then my beloved MAC paint pots, which are discontinued, in the shades Quite Natural and Constructivist. They have dried out somewhat, but the colour still performs, so I'm keeping them. And then I've got all these horrible pairings at the bottom that I need to get rid of because I think I was using this for pencils at some point. I will be right back. Oh no, I think I forgot to press play. I've just gotten rid of loads of stuff out of here that was just random junk. So I'm gonna wipe this out and then we can put stuff in. Sorry if you missed that. So let's put in the 2 foundations that I'm trying to use up. There's also the primer from Inica. Then I've got the Rodial mascara and the Elf mascara. These can go in at the back. The Benefit brow pomade is going in here as well. The Benefit High Beam, 2 Benefit products. Then I've got the KVD lip products, the kind of wintry colours. And I've got the Sephora Cream Lip Stain. I've also got Painterly from Lisa Eldridge and Pillow Talk Fair, the lipstick and the lip liner. I've also got my MAC Strobe Cream that I just want to use up too. Giorgio Armani 400. The NARS lip balms can go in here as well. I'm also going to put Mr. Crowley in here and this little elf eye product. So I've got loads to choose from and they're all sort of autumnal shades. Either things that I want to use up or things that I keep forgetting about and I don't want to. The only thing that doesn't really fit in here is this Hourglass palette. So maybe I'll just stick it right in the back. You really didn't miss anything that exciting, by the way. It was just like loads of random products that didn't belong in the drawer and bits of rubbish. So maybe it's not so terrible that I forgot to hit record. So that's everything in there now. Sorry if I blinded you with that Hourglass palette. And these are all the things I'm going to be trying to use up or just get more use out of. So I'll keep you updated on that. And maybe film a video wearing some of these products. Again, real autumnal kind of vibes. I'll probably pull out that pumpkin spice second slice palette as well, and I'm also going to use my little NARS Surabaya. That's really pretty that my husband got me. So I think I'm just about there, guys. The only thing I've not gone through is hair products and skincare, but again, they've been recently kind of addressed. There's a few bits of rubbish up here that I need to get rid of, but mostly what lives up there is stuff that I'm using every single day. So it probably just needs a reorganise. I got rid of more than I thought I would, so I'm kind of proud of myself. I've done okay. A lot of it is just putting things in the right places. If you've managed to stick with me for over an hour, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any requests, any comments, anything at all that you want to discuss, just leave it down below. I love talking to you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.